So we are live from the Ridge Roundabout in Accra, Ghana, and where we are currently, it's exactly the place where the African Union Monument is located, and that's the starting point for today's event. That's the Walk with Traore. Now, let me tell you that there are lots of activists and groups joining their colleagues in Ghana, and these are people from, of course, Burkina Faso, Benin, Togo, Cote d'Ivoire, Sudan, and then from the diaspora. Let me tell you that this particular walk is a very short one because the end point is at the Black Star Square right in Ghana, and distance wise just about 3 kilometers walk. Yes, so it's not about the distance, but then it's the message, which is the Western world leaving Ibrahim Traore and then Burkina Faso alone.
They don't respect you, so have some self-respect and stop respecting them. No white person is superior to you. No European is superior to you. We are equal. Yes, black people. We are equal. All humans are equal. No human being is superior to you. And don't allow any white person to make you feel they are superior. If you know true history, you will see that we taught them everything. Without black people, there will be no maths. Without black people, there will be no music. Without black people, there will be no surgery. Everything they know, they learn from us. And they took slaves like Sarah Batsman. They tore her apart, took her body, and they analyzed it. They used her to experiment on. They used African cells to develop things like cancer treatments. They use us all the time. So without us, what is Europe? Ask yourself. If they use, even our bodies are used to experiment with their medicines. Be a black Indian, we can be a black Asian, but it doesn't matter.
That's the winner. That's the better winner. Conquer the Bible. Yes, sir. Better is winner. Africa unite. Africa unite. Yes, sir. Yes, Lord.
Ampalia na manini anda bebe ti democracy o sigaya mamna wula am koy ya ton na babiles compore zina yumana yu pisila yo koy pa fi kamale abiles compore yi kamen dat passport na king franc tipa men la fi te biete katoye afraso compore bebe afraso compore ara bebe te abon wa bank ta fraso compore Ligida sie bambona wa lamen yela fraso comporta ken Cote d'Ivoire en tegesa kima a fraso comporta ton si Cote d'Ivoire dare a visa annulé la main kalen train le France assez donc France n'a pas d'amis jusqu'à des intérêts. France 14 soyez ya bombing abandat for nuguma labrata abdami fo menye la ya point te wakat fajil yam ya rooms in tiere men ken France boembe français man na William te darfa France pengra euro ligi milliards ye nulu du tenga abon kale pam ton lira yo mazuda abon kale pam ton gasol la zuda kale pam ton salma zuye kale pam maganesa zuye kale pam pétrole les jouer 1 milliard par jour d'euros à peine mais il prête 1 milliard pour vivre dans son pays. Est-ce qu'il y a
On est fatigué. On veut la liberté, non liberté.
Ça non.
Voilà, freedom for Africa.
Banganti te fa sawa tere na sara ligri yalga amma ta fa na wa African kona sadama a ton na zomfo ton busa na tabo fo yada fo yelle sama me.
They want to make money from social media, but we said the message must reach the people. And when the message reaches the people, we want you to sit down, ask yourself, who I am or who am I as African? Who am I? People have lived on this land and they are gone. Today, ask yourself if you are a son of Africa. If you are no more, would you be remembered? And what would you be remembered for? You can make a lot of money. A lot of people have made a lot of money living on this earth. They are gone and their names are not even remembered, even in the families where they come from. But then ask yourself, Ibrahim Traore is doing his to be remembered. What are you doing to be remembered? So if your own is just taking the filming, then that is your own part to also contribute and make sure it goes wide. If you see this video, don't see it as just a video that we are talking. See it as a call, as a revolutionary message that is not only going to ring today, but awaken the minds of the next generation that will be coming after us. And I say this, we shouldn't be intimidated or be afraid of the imperial tactics and threats, because we are breaking away from the shackles of imperialism, and that is what Ibrahim Traore is leading. Ibrahim Traore is within the ages of us, 30 to 35, 37 years, and today the whole world is mentioning his name. Why? Because he's living his life as a real African. A lot of people
ban on noise making, and we can only be respectful of our traditional rules, because behind our rules there is some wisdom behind it. It is what brings Africa together, and so we cannot disrespect our traditions, we cannot disrespect our customs. And so we want to say a very big thank you to the Ghana people, the Ghana leadership, the chiefs, that in spite of their ban on noise making, they have affirmed that today's event, today's program, today's protest is not noise.
Yes.
Because when we define noise, it can only be defined as senseless noise. Sound that doesn't make sense. But the Ghana Traditional Authority, by allowing this gathering and this procession, have affirmed that calling imperialism hands of Africa is not noise. All of you are here on your own accord. Nobody paid for your transport. Nobody induced you with a t-shirt, food, as some neo-colonialists have turned our societies into. So that every time you see gatherings like this, you can be sure that it is a contracted crowd. But I say here and now that this is not a contracted crowd. Oh! You are here on your own steam. Yes. You are here on your own vulnerability. Yes. You are here on your own. We also want to thank the states, because as much as possible, everybody who knows the analysis of where Ghana stands, be we a state that is still reeling under neo-colonialism or not, we all know. And so it must have taken the state a lot to have allowed this gathering. And the symbolism, we started off at the African Unity Monument. That is significant. And by this we are telling a story. I can see Burkina Faso here. Yes. Africans who live or have a tradition with the land of Burkina Faso here.
Yes.
Revolutionaries.
I can see comrades who have a link with the province of Kenya here. I can see Nigeria here.
Yes.
I can see Sudan. Yes. This is a country in full-blown war.
Yeah.
But when it came to hands of Africa, Sudan made a representation, and they are here.
Pan-African revolution.
I want to thank all of you. This is your revolution. We have over 54 Pan-African organizations, as you can see on the banners, coming together to tear down imperialism. Sending home that simple message that they may have their atomic weapons, they may have their nuclear weapons, but when it comes to us and Africa, we are ready to tear them down with our bare hands. And that no French citizen, no American citizen is safe. Donald Trump may drop the bombs. Donald Trump and Macron can drop the atomic bombs and weapons. But they should be rest assured that there shall be mutual assured destruction.
Fire!
We shall make sure that none of their citizens feel safe.
Fire!
On any soil that is called Africa.
Fire!
From the Africa Unity Monument, and we have made our destination here to the Black Star Square. This is what our ancestors, Osagyefo Kwame Nkrumah, Marcus Garvey, and all expected us to become. That we become the Black Star. And so as we stand here at the Black Star Square, we are sending a simple message to imperialism. That this time, no way. This time, no way. This time, no way. So, bye. Thank you very much. Africa must unite! Africa must unite! Africa must unite! It's a very simple message to the world. That this is not a time of Gaddafi. This is not the time of Thomas Sankara. This is not the time of Patrice Lumumba. This is not the time of my own leader, Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. This is a different generation together. If that time the youth were sleeping because there was no media to inform them about whatever our good leaders are doing, today we have the media. We are not listening to BBC. We are not listening to the CIA. We are not listening to the CNN for them to come and give us fake news about good leaders in Africa. This time around, we are not sleeping. And we are telling them enough is enough. We are sending a warning to African leaders. Just remember 1963 in Ethiopia, the capital city of Ethiopia, Addis Ababa. Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah told them, if we live here as a leaders, and we don't have the United States of Africa, our children are going to continue to suffer. Our generation are going to continue to suffer. Because they were not able to listen to Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, we are suffering and seeing it today. But we are telling them that with the help of Captain Ibrahim Traore, with the stand of the youth of Africa, that when you touch Captain Ibrahim Traore, you touch the youth of Africa. When you touch Captain Ibrahim Traore, you touch the soil of Africa. We are not sleeping this time. I was so much disappointed when I see Donald Trump speaking to Ramaphosa, the president of South Africa, is speaking to the president as his own biological son. And I said, how dare you, Donald Trump, to speak to an African leader? When you come to the land of Africa, you pick the natural resources of our land. Before we arrive, we come there to come and suffer in your own land. Because our African leaders were not able to take a decision on their own. When the man was sitting down, I was crying on my eye. Donald Trump is not older than Ramaphosa. That 50, 72, 78. The range is only what? 6 years. So can you speak to your own colleague president as your own political son? No. Because we keep on having puppets in the land of Africa as leaders. So that our leaders were not able to take a stand. If you cannot take the stand, Captain have come out that I will take the stand that you were not able to do. So just give me your support and we are going to have the freedom as a continent. There is nothing more we need from them. We have the gold, we have the diamond, we have the oil, we have the uranium. Our youth are still dying on the Mediterranean Sea because of white collar job. Our youth are still dying on the desert because they want to go and work in another man's land. Enough is enough. For the land of Africa, enough is enough. We must unite!
Come together and form a socialist government. We cannot be afraid of socialism. We cannot shrink when we ask for socialism. Because what socialism does, it tells us that all the resources in our country belong to everybody. Our Constitution tells us that the president has trust, or that the resources are in trust of one man.
We want that changed in our 1992 Constitution. That's something that we can do right now. When are we going to do it? Now. When are we going to do it? Now. When are we going to do it? Now. Change the Constitution so that the resources belong to everybody. And if you do that, you have made a step towards humanity, you've made a step towards the liberation of our country, and you've made a step to the total freedom and unification of Africa under all African Union socialist government. Thank you very much. And freedom! 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 We're at the Black Star. Look for the star. That's your guidance. Thank you.
No coffee, advance. Alright, the next to speak is my circle, Comrade.
Yet it's a council a committee. If I can't say a word, Tampo, they go cast say a word, Tampo. Omutina, Tampo Bank. Traore, I didn't say a story. Yes, Ghana for no, ye Burkina President Echi. Conscience, yet Africans. And I won't at the part all ye. And I story and then. Yes. Yammy person can say. The doom brabia, all that chi and Sankwa. Yeah, that's a tea, I know. Yet, my eye in Yanumu, not on my chichi, yang. Nasa only to or be the two shouts of it to Yakum. And everybody dreams and they have for being conquered too. And your conditioning, if you both say, Yang Yabrofone, not a moment in your home fast war. And no till a young ever chichi and move bread coin, and no till on bedi, so yes, sorry, I shan't for if you say, yeah, fancy for, I before and cry for. Yes, sorry, your home. And the young cabum and a star conditioning and I brought for a day to your Jimuno, LCS. It's conditioning and say, obey a penny. Nasa obey sorry, Tiabrofuna, Oberco. Obey a penny. Nasa, sorry, Tiabrofuna, you man, I obey you if you are. Obey a penny. Now they are just say, oh, Betty, Nia, Abrofuna, Aja, Effie and Seminamo, yeah, Oberco, a conditioning. And the yeah, sorry. Emma Traore. Episode Biara who says, if you mind your penny for some sorry, I am not going to sorry sandwich. Yes. Some penny for no, sorry, some of that Kwamaya, young so you have a Kwamamo. As a monster, young Kwamaya, young Kumamo. Yes. And that yes, and we are pa. For say you're putting your penny for the baby. Your Kwamo, every say you're to me, sorry, I'm mom. And see, and they are and we are pa. Yes, sorry, now your mama hammer. I go for the new mom, which I'm going. And tell me, you're free. Oh, sorry, I'm my. And the young Kayomo. Yes, sorry, my, you're back Kayomo. And the young, I went through my circle. You're catching Babuna.
So, my name is Nitete. I'm representing the All African People's Revolutionary Party. This is Kwame Nkrumah's own party. Yes. It is the party that we need in our current political dynamics. Alright? It's a party that we need in our current dynamics. If you see in front of my shirt, I have Jeune Liberation Africaine. I was in Burkina Faso 2 years ago on a day like this, the 25th of May, to organize with the Burkina Faso people on the Day of African Freedom and Emancipation. So we have been on the grounds and we know what is going on, and we say that this is Africa's type. And so the AAPRP, which is a mass-based political organization, anti-imperialist, anti-capitalist, all right, is here. Is here to lend support to Ibrahim Traore and the Sahel states. All right, where we are now, it is time for Africa to take back its resources, because Nkrumah says that Africa can no longer trust in anybody than itself and its resources. All right, so the gold, the diamond, and all of those resources that are due to us must come to us. We must own it, we must control it as a people. All right? We only get 3% in gold reserves in Ghana here. The oil is only 13%. The 87% is going to those big corporations outside. This is what Traore is trying to avoid. And America, France, says they don't want to accept that. But it's a lie, because we are here to support Traore in full support. There is a research that France, without its West African economies, will be less than a third world country. And yes, so we say, long live African freedom and emancipation. Forward to socialism. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Boy! 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 When Thomas Sankara started the revolution, he started with a message which the imperialists hated so much. The message was in French, so he always goes like, "Les impérialistes." Then, okay, my people are here, so just follow them for me. Les impérialistes,
Abbas!
les impérialistes,
Abbas!
les impérialistes,
Abbas!
la révolution. So when Thomas Sankara said "les impérialistes," it means the imperialists. Then the people always respond. Revolution, then the people will shout "Aho," which means that the revolution should go up, the imperialists should go down. So, les impérialistes, la révolution, So, he always ends his speech with "La patrie ou la mort," and then the people will respond "Nous vaincrons." It means that homeland or death, we will conquer. So if I say "La patrie ou la mort," you shout "Nous vaincrons." La patrie ou la mort? La patrie ou la mort? Yes, so this is the message that imperialists hated so much, to the level where they have to take the man down. And today, it is not a surprising thing that this message is alive today in the mind of everybody and on the lips of everybody, which means that if you take one man down, you are going to have 1,000 people rising up speaking the same message. The message that is not the message because of which Gaddafi was murdered through the CIA, Obama, United States, with collaboration with African Union and co. This same message is alive today, telling them that Africa is for Africans. The resources of Africa is for Africans. It does not belong to the United States. It does not belong to France. It belongs to Africa. And our leaders, since they have become so afraid of dying for the people, Ibrahim Traore now put his life in the line, standing for his people. And we are ready to stand by Ibrahim Traore. We are ready to stand by the revolution. We are standing by the revolution. And let me put this on record. Let me put this on record. What is happening in Burkina Faso to all media houses, together with the traditional media house, the Western imperial media houses, we are saying that what is happening in Burkina Faso is not coup d'etat, it's revolution. What is happening in Burkina Faso is not coup d'etat, it's liberation, it's leadership for the people and by the people. What African Union failed to do for the past so many years, one man, Captain Ibrahim Traore, was able to do that by uniting Africa without calling meeting with anybody. We never had any conference. We never met in any conference room, but all of us, we are here today. Last time we did a protest, 30th, right? Yes. Nobody, Captain Ibrahim Traore did not call for that protest, but we saw BBC posting it and putting it in the article that Ibrahim Traore systematically organized that protest, which is a lie. We are telling them that it is the time, the season, the movement that called for the protest. At the same time, it is the time, the season, and the movement which is putting on this gathering. This gathering you are seeing here, as somebody says, it's not a contract. Nobody contracted us. We came on our own because we understand what is happening in the Sahel. What is happening in the Sahel is the rebirth of Africa. And African youth, we cannot allow it to go down.
Because at the end of the day, if the revolution in the Sahel goes down, Africa will never rise again. They will make sure that the place is completely destroyed, like what is happening in Congo. If ECOWAS and African Union, they have something to do, when it comes to liberation of Africa, they should not channel their energy towards, Ibrahim Traore, the Sahel. They should channel their energy towards the top. And we are saying, we will not allow them to do what they did to Nkrumah, to do what they did to Sankara, to do what they did to Lumumba.
Cutting down.
Traore is our last hero. And we Africans and the youth of Africa do everything in that to protect him. We know that with Traore, we are going to have one Africa. We are going to have one army. And we are going to have one central bank.
Together as one people.